Hello and welcome to Mock Productions. You are here with me, Matthew, and we are back for another news update with Skylanders Imaginators. We are still at E3 at this moment in time, and since yesterday, not a lot has happened, really. We've evidently seen 3 new characters and also Crash, who is a Bandicoot. So thank you very much for telling me what exactly Crash was. He's a Bandicoot. Brilliant. They actually put what he is in his name. But anyway, we're still at E3. Anything could happen. No exclusive figure at this moment in time. I think they probably would have showed it by now, so maybe we're not getting one this year. Which is kind of unfortunate. It would have been pretty cool to have had a figure early, even if it was just a slight redeco. It would have been pretty cool. So, yeah, just a few more pictures, really, of different shots of gameplay and a few pictures I missed of certain characters because they weren't available at specific times, but now they are. So we'll go through that. We've also got a character which I've got a bit more information about his attacks and everything like that, as well as some actual sort of hands-on first-person pictures of these actual figures. So yeah, let's have a little scroll through and we'll see what we've got here. The first one here, you can see the Fire class Imaginator taking on these sort of bug sort of creatures, which is pretty cool. Loving that sword, I really am. It does look really cool, and a very funky looking Skylander there. Extremely awesome. We've also got this picture, which obviously you can see he's sort of running over to what is actually a vulture. Now this vulture has a sort of wrecking ball on its back, and sort of swings it around, smashes it around, and it does cause a little bit of damage. Let's just put it that way. It does definitely cause some damage. We've also got this, which is Ember's artwork. We've seen everyone else's, so this was Ember's. It wasn't available at the time of my recording, but you can see actually on this how big the actual sort of sword staff thing is. It's not like thin pieces, it's like chunky pieces of sharpness. She's also got a fire ponytail, which is very cool. She looks extremely awesome. We've also got this, which is another of Ember's sort of artwork shots here. You can see her there sort of holding the dagger sword staff thing down by her side. She looks very cool. Extremely awesome. She definitely lights up the entire screen there. Very colourful. We've also got Ambush here, which, like I said yesterday, is definitely up there as possibly my second favourite sensei. Tri-tip being number 1 at this moment in time, but obviously you can let me know in the comments below who's your favourite and why. But yes, you know, nice screenshot of him again taking on those sort of bugs with the lights on their bottoms. But yes, there they are, and his sword is looking really cool as well. Another one of him there, very similar to the one I think I showed yesterday, but nevertheless, he does look extremely awesome, and I'm really liking the green leafy / wood look. It's really awesome. It's very funky. So, moving on from that, we have these shots here, which are basically pictures of the figures next to those creation crystals. You can see they're all sort of the same size, which is good that they've all rounded them to be the same size. You would possibly think Wolfgang is smaller, but they're making up for it by his guitar actually being the tallest part of his figure. But he looks extremely awesome. They all look awesome. The only one who's not there actually is Tri-tip, which is kind of disappointing, but he's not there. Got 2 of the villains and then 3 of the senseis. The creation crystals are looking really cool. I like that sort of metallic look that they've sort of been coloured in. Oh, and another thing to note actually, the creation crystals apparently they're going to come with stickers which you can place on the front of the actual creation crystal in order for you to know what sort of battle class is on the inside. Obviously you know from the outside it's going to be a fire, a life, or an undead. Oh boy. But those stickers would be I guess a pretty cool thing to add on. You know, it'd be pretty awesome to see. But there's not like I'd love a comparison to be able to like maybe have like a figure that everyone has, like Spyro, and see what Spyro compares to these. I'm guessing they might be like twice the size of a core, which then again is coming up to about giant size, really. So maybe they're going to be like a 1.5 figure. Who knows? They could be the biggest figures we've got so far, especially with those bases being so big. So we'll have to see what happens there. We've also got a bit of a side view of them there. Obviously the traps you could just see in the background. They're maybe round about maybe 1.5 the size of an actual figure. Golden Queen there, seeping up all of that light there, looking extremely awesome. No matter if she is turned good, she still looks so evil. It just looks so awesome, and she's definitely a queen in my eyes. You know, she's just... you could tell. She's gold, she's got that sort of status and aura about her that just makes her so powerful, and she just looks so creepy and evil. Another one there, a little bit flat down to the... on the camera view there, but then again it does show the figures off very nicely. I'd probably say at the moment Golden Queen is probably the tallest, possibly maybe the same Kingpin and Ember, then Ambush. No, sorry, I'm not taking into account Wolfgang. You see Wolfgang, you just think of the actual figure, but that guitar is still there poking up, so Golden Queen, though, is probably the tallest. Then you can see a nice sort of up-close look there at the actual creation crystals. You can see on the Fire and Life that they've actually got their own symbols, but I still think that there was a comment going around that you can put stickers on them at some point. Whether that still goes, I don't know. Personally, if there are stickers, I probably won't put them on. I'd rather just keep them as they are and not mess them up or anything like that. And at least then you have the stickers there just to sort of prove that you have stickers. Thumbs up for stickers. We've also got a bit of a close-up of Wolfgang, which is incredibly... spot on there, because the next fact is actually to do with Wolfgang. I wanted to discuss his movesets and everything like that. Now, I believe last time I talked about Wolfgang, I said that his guitar has turned to a harp. It's still a guitar, which is brilliant, but this guitar's sort of had an upgrade in a way, that it's now a bow and arrow, obviously. Wolfgang himself doesn't seem to have changed, it's just his guitar, really. I also like the bass. I don't know if you can see that on the actual artwork there, but it's got like these skeleton wings coming out of the actual undead symbol. But what I basically wanted to say is when I actually first saw this figure in action, and not just the figure, the actual character, I've written it down here. My first reaction, this is exactly what I said, was, "Holy sugar monkey donkey meow." That is literally the words that came out of my mouth after I saw the whole entire gameplay for this guy. I was in absolute awe. He looks incredibly awesome. Does he top tri-tip and ambush? I don't know. He's up there. Let's just put it that way. He's definitely up there. I'm glad he's in. I liked his moves when you were able to use him, and his moves now are just amazing. So let me just show you this picture, and we'll go through some of his moves. Obviously, you can see he fires his guitar there with the arrows, but he doesn't just have that move. He's got the sort of... oh gosh, I'm really tired. I don't know why. Snap out of it. Right. He slides along the ground, sort of does like, what would you call it, like a rock slide. He sort of, on his knees, slides along with the guitar, and that it sort of damages the enemies in a way, because it sort of leaves this purple hue on the ground, and you get a sort of like, bow at the end of it, and it sort of hits the enemies in a way. Obviously, he fires arrows from, I've put here guitar harp, and I've put hitar. I don't know whether to call it a hitar. I think that'd be a pretty cool name for his actual guitar harp, because I wasn't quite sure whether it has been officially announced that it's a harp or it's a guitar. But using this information that I found in the videos I've seen, I can probably definitely say now it's a guitar. But hitar, it does sound pretty cool. So, what else have we got? Well, there's another thing here. He slams down on the ground, right? Now, I don't think this is one of his jump attacks, but in any case, he slams down on the ground, and when he does, all these speakers go around him. So he's got basically about 9 or 10 speakers go in a full circle around him, almost like a defensive ring. But not only that, I think if you play the guitar, or at least shoot with the guitar, the speakers will actually generate sound and damage the enemies. So you could possibly stay in there and damage the enemies on the outside. So maybe you've got a whole load of chompies or something you've got to take out. No problem. Shove this guitar ring down. Done. Sorted. Or at least the speaker ring. Put that down. There's also another thing which I found pretty cool, is that he can also just place down 2 speakers, and basically what they do is they just blast music both the same way at the enemy. So if you place it in the right direction and enemies are walking towards you, they can't, because if they get hit, obviously you'll know this from other games, if they get hit so often, they'll actually stop trying to attack you. They'll obviously try and walk for you, but it sort of pauses their attack in a way. You know, you might get an enemy sort of charging up, and if you hit them so much, they'll actually stop, and then they'll have to try again. But by the time they've done that, they're probably gone, which is ideal. Now, the best thing is his actual Sky Chi power, which is just amazing. Basically, once it activates, it's really weird, but I don't know whether they're going to change it, but he crowd surfs. Now, by crowd surf, I mean he hovers, and it's just so cool. He basically lies on his back and can literally float around, whilst also playing the guitar. Whilst he's playing the guitar, obviously, it damages enemies. It's so cool, especially when you see it on a video or something like that. It is incredibly awesome, and is a great way to definitely incorporate his rockstar characteristics. But yes, that's all I've written down on there. I love this picture as well of him. He just looks so evil. Again, just like Golden Queen, he looks very evil and sinister in here, as much as he possibly has turned good. He really does look sweet. He really does. I love the spikes coming out of his back. You definitely get to see a lot more of them when they're actually in the game like this, and you can play them. Especially with the figures, you can get an up-close look at these. But yeah, that is basically it, really. There's nothing more that's come out of E3 at this moment in time. I don't think there will be anything else. If there is, woohoo! And if there isn't, then we're going to have to just wait a little bit longer. My guess is possibly in the next 2 to 3 weeks they might announce another few characters. They're going to have to try and keep the hype train going, because we're at like station 25 out of like 10 here. You know, the hype level is off the scale. A lot of people cannot wait to get this game, and it's just going to be so cool to see more and more characters, because it's just going to blow your mind. I'm already in awe. You know, I've already got plenty of favourites here, as you already know. But obviously, like I've said, make sure that you're commenting down below with your favourites, as well as anything in general, like you guys have already been, which is just, I'm so thankful for that, so thanks very much. So, of course, what do you think? Not an exactly massively informative news update, but it is something, because obviously we get to discuss Wolfgang, we get to see a few more pictures, and it's sort of like the sort of calming down before the storm, I hope, of maybe getting a good 5 or 6 characters revealed, something like that. That would be pretty sweet. But obviously, like I've said, let me know in the comments below about your own opinions, and you can also let me know of the new Skylanders, what your thoughts are. Subscribe for more news, because as soon as I get anything else, I will be making a news update, and you guys will be informed as to the best of my ability. And of course, rate the video so I know you're excited for more information, and of course the game. I cannot wait for Skylanders Imaginators now. Can't wait to actually make my own characters. I've seen so many different combinations. I mean, there is billions, trillions, gazillions, whatever you want to call it. Probably an infinite number. There is literally tons. Even if you just change one thing on them, there is going to be tons. So many. It's going to be so cool. But anyway, I will leave it here. So thanks very much for watching, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next news update or the next video on the channel, whichever you're going to see next. But yeah, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.